नमस्कार जी सभी को। नमस्कार, मैं दीपक तनेजा, आपका मित्र, आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं आपके सबसे लोकप्रिय चैनल योर कालचक्र में। मित्रों, आज मेरे नाड़ी बैच 6 के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो अपनी परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे हैं एक ब्लाइंड चार्ट पे, जिसके बारे में उन्हें ज़्यादा विशेष नहीं पता और एस्ट्रोलॉजिकली वो पॉइंट्स को बताने वाले हैं। तो आज सबसे पहले मैं अरविंद जी इनका स्वागत करता हूं। अरविंद जी, आप कहाँ रहते हैं और ज्योतिष से कैसे जुड़े? क्या आपका ज्योतिष का बैकग्राउंड है?
गुरुजी, मेरा नाम मैं हैदराबाद से हूँ। मैं पहले से रुचि था ज्योतिष में, बचपने से सीखने का तमन्ना एक 5-6 साल पहले हुआ था। मैंने एक टीचर से शुरू की थी, भारतीय ज्योतिष विद्या संस्था की टीचर ऑनलाइन में। फिर बाद में उतना सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिला जितना चाहिए था, जो बेसिक्स जो स्ट्रांग नहीं हो रहा था। फिर बाद में मैंने कई यूट्यूब वीडियोस देखी, फिर आपका वीडियोस देखा, वैसे आपसे कांटेक्ट करना हुआ। फिर बाद में आपकी नाड़ी क्लास बैच में ज्वाइन हुआ।
तो आप जब नाड़ी बैच हमारे जो 6 है इसमें जब ज्वाइन किया आपने, इससे पहले आपका बहुत ज्यादा ज्योतिष का ज्ञान नहीं था, जैसे बेसिक्स ही आपको अच्छे से क्लियर थे?
जी, पराशरी बेसिक्स वही था।
ओके। तो अब आज अगर कोई कुंडली आती है और आप किसी कुंडली पे भी कोई भी बात करना चाहें तो कैसे कर पाते हैं?
अभी जितने भी नाड़ी के बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स हमने सीखा इस बैच के दौरान, जैसे कि लग्ना लॉर्ड या प्लैनेट्स इन लग्ना, द डायरेक्शनल एस्पेक्ट्स, योगास एंड बेसिक कारक तत्व एंड सब जोड़ के जो आपने बेसिक्स पढ़ाया उसके बेसिस पे चार्ट डिलिनिएशन करते हैं आज।
तो आप आज कोई भी कुंडली पे बात करते हैं, उसका एक्यूरेसी लेवल आपको कितना फील हुआ है?
काफी कॉन्फिडेंस आया है गुरुजी। अभी गोचर बाकी है, अभी क्या
तो मैच मेकिंग, प्रोग्रेशन, गोचर सभी रहता है।
जितना पढ़ा उससे काफी कॉन्फिडेंस आया है, काफी डिलिनिएशन देख पाते हैं चार्ट्स पे, जितना सीखा उसको पूरा उपयोग कर सकते।
तो अभी आप कहाँ रहते हैं और आपका प्रोफेशनली बैकग्राउंड क्या है?
अभी मैं तो यूएस में हूँ, पिछले 32 साल से यूएस में हूँ। मेरा प्रोफेशन इज इन आईटी फील्ड। आई वर्क फॉर ए फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी एज एन आईटी मैनेजर।
ओके। तो आप यूनाइटेड स्टेट में एक आईटी इंडस्ट्री से जुड़े हुए हैं और भारतीय संस्कृति से आपका, मेरा तो खैर परिचय ही है, तो भारतीय संस्कृति, भारतीय धर्म, हमारे हिंदू धर्म से जो चीज़ों के ऊपर आपकी जितनी अच्छी पकड़, मैंने मंत्रों के ऊपर आपका जितना देखा है बहुत ही अच्छा देखा है। तो एक बहुत अच्छा मेरा भी एक्सपीरियंस रहा आपके साथ काम करने का, पढ़ाने में मुझे भी आनंद आया। तो आज हम कौन सी कुंडली पे बात कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा बताएंगे?
आज अंकुश जी की कुंडली है, ये हमारे बैच के पारस जी ने दिया था। एक ब्लाइंड चार्ट है, इसी के ऊपर उसका डिलिनिएशन चेक करेंगे आज।
ठीक, मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ।
उससे पहले एक छोटा प्रेयर कर लेता हूँ गुरुजी।
जी जी, आप करिए प्लीज।
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Guruji, this is my first delineating of any chart in a group setting, and I take this opportunity to sincerely thank you for your infinite patience and sharing your wisdom that is the result of your years of research and tapasya with all of us so selflessly. I thank God for giving us such a great guru in you. Also, please forgive my mistakes. Any mistakes, misgivings, and lack of understanding is purely mine and lack of practice on my part. And as I proceed in this journey, I'd like to improve upon them and try this. In no way this has the bearing on the teachings of Guruji. All the mistakes are mine.
जी, ये मार्च 1983 सुबह 8:55 की दिल्ली की कुंडली है। चलिए प्लीज बताइए।
So Janma Lagna and Chandra Lagna both are in Mesha Rashi, which is body and mind are in Mesha. The soul, which is Sun, which is also the lord of 5th creativity, Purva Punyasthana and Mantrasthana is with Lagna Lord in the 12th house of Mokshasthana or Vyayasthana in Meena Rashi. Lagna Lord is also the ownership of 8th house Randra or Ayasthana. Venus, so basically when as I delineate this chart, I'm going to follow the basic Nadi principles, that is Lagna, Lagna Lord, planets in Lagna, directional aspects, yoga aspects, and basic karakas of houses, planets, and rashis, which is what we have learned so far in this course. The Venus, which is posited in the Lagna, is also the Lord of 2nd and 7th. The moon, the Lord of 4th, is also in Lagna. What this tells us is that the native as a whole has a lot of influence of family members, mother and other females, including spouse, and is very money-minded. The one thing that is very pronounced with the Jatakas of Aries is I, me, and myself. The native likes to be admired. It is a fiery sign that shows strong, courageous, and adventurous nature. Being movable sign, native likes to explore new things and do not like routine or repetitive things. Native has dharma, righteousness as purushartha. Native is tall, good looking, round face, possibly with curly hair. Native may like to travel, is a foodie, likes to eat food, and has a taste for finer things in life, that is luxury related. Native could be pampered by mother and other female members of the house. These characteristics of being foodie, looking beautiful, having taste for finer things in life, and spending beyond means is applicable not only to native, but also to mother and the spouse too. Mother or native might be interested in fine arts. Moon in Lagna might make the native fickle-minded. Also, the fiery sign might kill the emotions of the watery planet moon posited in it. These natives will work on any idea that strikes them without doing much groundwork or planning. In other words, the native is impulsive in their behavior and look for instant gratification. For these natives, heart rules over their mind. Native might be getting money from family and spending beyond his means. Even the classic test of astrology says, does this Lagna Lord in the 12th house, when it is posited there, Dravya Bhava Vata Pite Deha Papayute Dambikaha, meaning the native suffers from want of finances, and Vata Pitta rules such natives. So the Lagna Lord in the 12th house of Vyaya Mokshasthana, it rules the 1st house as well as the 8th house. 8th house is highly spiritual, psychotic, and also possesses high sexual energy. Scorpio being the still water and high on intuitions of the 8th house Scorpio, depositors of 9 planets dispositors of all the 9 planets ending up either in Mars or Jupiter, and Mars and Jupiter together owns the first 8, 9, 12, sitting each other's house. There is an exchange of 8 and 12 houses causing Viparita Raja Yoga. What this chart is saying is to internalize the energies of the native to try to heal himself through yoga, meditation, and spiritual practices. Native can also practice occult sciences. And in current situations, 12th house, which is quite activated, is also foreign lands. Natives should try to reach out for far off places, try to settle in foreign lands and work in the zone to utilize these planets' energies. Native might be spending family money on social causes by giving donations that might create discord between brothers and father. And coming to further understand the nature of the native through directional aspects, if I take the fiery directional aspects where Moon, Venus, and Ketu in that order, Moon being the focus point, native might throw heavy emphasis on my mother, which might result in discord between mother and other females in native life, specifically spouse after marriage. Mother could be a tiger man with the fiery personality. When it comes to the earthy aspects, no planets are in any earthy signs. Each sign signifies stability, sustenance, integrity with respect to family, value systems, practicality, stability, money-making capability, and this all being empty, the native might lack in this area. Coming to the Aries signs, which talks about your social skills, talkative skills, curiosity, communication, intelligence, analytical, you have Mercury, retrograde Saturn, and Rahu there. Mercury being the focus point here, native might do well as an analyst in a multinational company. This combination is really good with accounting, math, teaching related professions. And Vakri Shani is also connecting Venus and Jupiter after Jupiter exchange with Mars. So specialized online teaching involving foreign students or clients can be a career opportunity too. Mercury in the 11th makes the native study something or the other for lifelong. Research in foreign lands might be another career possibility with Lagna Lord Mars influencing 1-8-12. Saturn, which is the Karaka for career, is also aspecting Venus, Moon, Mars, Sun, Jupiter, Rahu with exchange of Mars, Jupiter. Transporting, using vehicles or planes, hotel management, liquid businesses is another possibility. Exalted Sun, which is in Libra, is retro, therefore has 50% influence in the 6th house. This being a house of karmic debt and retro Saturn being the 6th house, tells that this native has done something bad with his profession or karma, treating elders or poor people or subordinates in the past life, that is asking to be careful with his service or career or karmas in this life to improve his Saturn. Retro Saturn being closer to Earth, having the highest Cheshta Bala, and therefore it is asking native to put more efforts in this area of Saturn. With Saturn retro, there is an exchange too between Mercury and Saturn, which makes native defiant, or what we call in Hindi as Uddan, being alone in the sign of Virgo. Between retro Saturn and exchange, Mercury in Virgo, native need to learn to be humble and show humility and pay extra attention to his karma. Coming to the wateries, the aspects which deals with emotions, compassion, creativity, romance, you have fiery signs here, Mars, Jupiter, Sun. Mars is the focus point here. There is an exchange of Mars and Jupiter here involving 8th and 12th houses, creating Viparit Raja Yoga, that is 8th Lord in 12th and 12th Lord in 8th, that creates Sarala Yoga and Vimala Yoga. As the name suggests, Sarala Yoga is easy, straightforward. It ensures long-lived life. Native works very well, is fearless, and will conquer enemies. Vimala Yoga, on the other hand, is pure, clean, simple living, and high thinking. Further, you see, the father might have ego and arrogance. After exchange of Mars and Jupiter, father might do charitable work and become famous and noble. After exchange of Mars goes to his own house in Scorpio. Mars is a tamasic energy. 8th house is a highly spiritual, psychotic, and has high sexual energies. So 8th house also gives accidents, surgery. Native might have gotten into accidents that required surgery or hospitalization during Mars Mahadasha, during Mars Antardashas and the other Mahadashas. It is also the house of transformation. Native should channelize his inner energies in that direction with the help of a guru to make positive use of 8th and 12th house energies. So Jupiter is your guru, teacher, wisdom, management skills, Mars with passion, courage, admin skills, and Sun with the kingly planet, name, fame, government, creativity, vitality, 8th house being secretive house, underground activities, research, 12th house being foreign things, isolated places, hospitals. One thing that comes to my mind is, some secretive missions like our Ajit Doval did, our National Security Advice. It's a great combination for such activities as secret government missions in foreign lands. It is also a good combination for teaching yoga and meditation. The Sun Mars may not be good for sleep in the 12th house with malefic Saturn aspect too. Further, father may have to deal with expenses related to younger brother, or even the native may have to deal with the expenses of the younger brother after the exchange. Father may have to travel to distant places or foreign lands for success. Father or uncles or father and brothers might have fights with family members for property related issues. Coming to the yoga saptri consecutive houses, starting with Ketu, Jupiter, and Saturn retro, Jivakaraka is between two malefics. Native might have anger issues. Ketu in its own nakshatra, ninth house, might give strong dharma, religious nature to the native. This may not be a bad combination if the native focuses on the spirituality and meditation. If native works with Ketu energies, it might help simplify his life. Coming to the other combination, Mars, Sun, Mercury, Moon, Venus, we have Sun, Mercury, Moon between Mars and Venus. Therefore, the marriage life has got a lot of interference from mother, father, younger female siblings. There could be other females too. Also, Venus has aspect of only Saturn. Native marriage might have been delayed marriage. Also, Ketu aspect on Venus causes disputes, issues with married life. Even native's father life may be colorful and has some issues with married life in females. Coming to finally the Rahu in the third house, which is Marsh Nakshatra. Some account Rahu as exalted in Gemini and some in Taurus. Either way, Rahu is well placed in both these signs. It makes Rahu practical, logical, street smart, charming, smooth talking, manipulative at times. These natives are good salesmen too, very materialistic in nature. Rahu dispositor, Mercury, is well placed in 11th house. Native has been going through Rahu Dasha for the last 17 years and will be moving to Jupiter Dasha in 2024. Native will have lots of desires to the point of greed through this Dasha, as both Mercury and Rahu are materialistic planets. Coming to finally to the health issues, Saturn, Gemini gives gas troubles. Sun, Mars, Jupiter might give high blood pressure. Sun, Moon, Venus could give eye-related problems. Native should focus on practicing yoga, meditation, doing Surya Kriyas, probably chanting Aditya Hridayam as a remedies for sun god, for immunity and good vitality. Shiva Abhishekam for retro Saturn and good karma, offering food to the elderly people, respecting elders and doing proper karma will improve Saturn. And finally, doing the Kartikeya Puja will reduce Mars-related issues for this native.
एक्सीलेंट. मैं सबसे पहले तो पारस जी से बोलूंगा. पारस जी, आप बताएं इनके बारे में. आपने जो ये कुंडली दी है, आप व्यक्ति को अच्छे से जानते हैं.
जी सर, जितना भी अरविंद जी ने बताया एज अ पर्सनैलिटी फॉर अ नेटिव, वो काफी हद तक चीजें बिल्कुल ही एक्यूरेट थी. प्रोफेशन थोड़ा बहुत था, बट उनकी जो एनालाइज का तरीका था नेटिव के बारे में फ्रॉम स्टार्ट टू एंड, वो काफी हद तक 80 to 80, मैं कहूँगा कि 80 to 90% चीजें सारी मैच करती थी.
एक्सीलेंट, बहुत बढ़िया. क्योंकि फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट किसी का अगर आप कंसिडर करें कि कोई एक किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे आके किसी चार्ट के ऊपर बता रहा है, दैट मीन्स समथिंग. वो पहला चांस जो होता है उसके ऊपर बोलने में हिम्मत चाहिए होती है. और उन्होंने जिस कॉन्फिडेंस से बोला है, मुझे लगता है कि इतने कॉन्फिडेंस से कोई भी व्यक्ति कहीं पर भी अगर खड़े होकर बोलता है तो वो एक बहुत ही, पहली बात तो गुण होने चाहिए पब्लिक स्पीकर की तरह बात करने के. बहुत ही अच्छे से बात की उन्होंने, बहुत एक्सीलेंट जिसे मैं कहूँगा. अरविंद जी, इसमें विष योग भी बना हुआ है.
हाँ,
विष योग के भी फल आएंगे. मतलब काफी चीजों में कंप्रोमाइजेस होंगे लाइफ में, बहुत सारी चीजों में उनको अपनी इच्छाएं मारनी भी पड़ेंगी. भाई, हमारी पूरी क्लास तो हमारा मटेरियल इंग्लिश में जरूर है, लेकिन डिस्कशन हमारा हिंदी में बहुत हुआ है, तो इसलिए हिंदी में आपने सारा सीखा हिंदी के अंदर है. लेकिन आपने जिस तरह से बताया और जो वर्ड्स और लैंग्वेज, क्योंकि आप 32 साल से आप बता रहे हैं, वैसे भी साउथ में आपका जन्म हुआ तो थोड़ा इंग्लिश के ऊपर कमांड आपकी पहले से भी ज्यादा थी, और आईटी से जुड़े हुए हैं तो इंग्लिश आपकी बहुत ही एक्सीलेंट रही. इसमें बहुत बढ़िया। आईज की रिलेटेड इश्यूज रहे हैं ना, मेरे ख्याल से तो रहे होंगे, मदर को और वाइफ को भी फीमेल रिलेटेड इश्यूज रहने चाहिए इसका चार्ट। हिडन एंगर होना चाहिए इस चार्ट के हिसाब से इसमें। बियॉन्ड माई इमेजिनेशन, बियॉन्ड माई एक्सपेक्टेशन, आज आपने जो बोला है, मतलब मैं कहीं कल्पना भी नहीं करता था कि इतने उच्च स्तर की आप बात करेंगे। सभी से मैं एक्सपेक्टेशन रखता हूँ कि एक बारी इनके लिए ताली तो डिजर्व करते हैं, कि ये ही डिजर्व्स की।
ये आप ही का बार बार टीचिंग है गुरुजी, रिपीटेड। तो